It was a great stride toward the next step of human evolution, but a scary scientific discovery as well. You see, the apes at Riot awarded PhDs and access to the biology department in a random roulette will giveaway started experimenting with a new strain of DNA, the Chad gene, and early experiments of producing a specimen from this testosterone-ridden chromosome resulted in many variations. There was Gosu with a Victor identity crisis, then something that looked like an offspring of some Iron Man Mr. Incredible one-night stand. Then we had a buff as hell waterbender, and finally the guy Renekton's wife told him not to worry about. But they ended up settling on just a chipper Chippendale in man tights with the focus on endowing him with the largest O penis on the rift. But something went terribly wrong. Early signs of this Chad-like Godzilla having been released to the rift look 20 decades of game design experience levels of broken, but leave it to us losers who play League to misuse the tremendous power unleashed by this cougar killer as cases of Sett syndrome started to surface. Symptoms of which include skipping through a YouTube video on an intelligent sounding build without understanding why it's effective, and then feeding like you work at a soup kitchen thinking that a kit which benefits from you taking damage means you should just hungry hippo as much as you can until you victimize yourself in multiple and repetitive homicides. Then there is the oh so spectacular alt, aka the alt tab, because that's what Sett players' brains do when they use it. As syndrome-ridden strippers either use it to plunge themselves into a sea of people who want them dead, or they use it to carry big threats straight into their own squishy carries. And we can't forget about the busting of a premature falcon punch nut rendering you useless for the rest of the fight. So today we are going to cover the strange phenomenon that causes this broken bullshit of a champ to somehow become a big white-tided liability to your team. I know it's strange, but stranger things have happened, like when that robot dropped hotter bars than Drake's last album. Attention gamers, I've got something big to say. Cause I've been glued to my iPhone all freaking day. See, there's a popular game that's completely free to play. And you probably can guess that I'm about to say it's Raid. That's right, it's Raidy Shadio. You probably be like, yeah we know. But give me one quick minute before you go. I've got bars to drop about the dank things Raid has to show, so let's hop into the dank action of this fantasy-filled abstraction from League that gives me hives, like an allergic reaction, but the lonely link below craves some interaction. Giving it some love will earn you rewards, that satisfaction, and while over 600 champs means it's unique to everyone, I wanna dive a bit deeper into my fave faction. Boom you damn sucker, we talking about the Dwarven Kingdom. Short and stout, these are the dopest champs no doubt. You got Tormund who's cold, Under Priest Brognia who's old, and Raging Ginny Weasley who looks like she's ready to knock you out. Some with sick facial pubes, others dressed like they out chasing clout. But enough about the dwarvy dudes. When it comes to releasing updates, Raid's no prude. Like the two new bosses, the Doom Tower now includes a flaming rhino and Miss Purple Orbs with a pissy attitude. Not to mention new events that are worth a second glance. A super raid feature doubles dungeon rewards. Let's see that happy dance. And I should not have to spell it out why to new players this holds tremendous significance, aka now's the freaking time to try Raid. Do it now, don't miss your chance. So use my link below, or scan this RAV QR code, to give Raidy Shady a quick download, and in return you'll get silver gems, shards and a whole big load, plus a dang strong champ that'll make the early game feel like it's on easy mode.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Alright homies / lassies who are still here through the ad and haven't been knocked dead by those bars, please let Cardi B know that I am available for collabs, willing and able to talk about popping pussies and their appropriate levels of moistness if need be. And for the rest of you, please give my sub button the D and let's get into Sett syndrome. Now introducing Mr. Tidy Tight City Bitty Brain Cells up top, who unsurprisingly is bullying his lane opponent early because that champ was released over 7 years ago, but there are no words to describe the lack of words this douche has deployed. Pushed up more than the tits on those Sett simp cougars he scores, but the only thing he's scoring here is front row seats to a clown show as he tiptoes around holding his W for next fight before giving into the gank. Okay, so for context, this game was live on stream twitch.tv/hardstuckrap for this ratchet ass in real time. But anyways, I was offered $100 if I could go 10-0 on Ellen DeGeneres, and basically, I'm so money motivated I could have worked at Enron in 2001, so I had like 16 Adderalls shoved up my asshole. Eye on the prize down here, and thus when my support baited in that flaming metal Jolly Rancher wrapper, I made sure to assist the wheat farmer in making sure Morg stayed in lane while Brand went to the morgue. Then back up to he who yells Nani up north, and as if picking a fight on a pile of hostile hoodlums wasn't dumb enough, add chuckles the annoying shitbag to the scene, and despite an overly dramatic temper tantrum at the realization that he was both dead and dumb as shit, he goes down again. And once you get behind in top lane, the appropriate thing to do is pucker your poopy hole and concede until mid-game, where your underfarmed 0-6 ass can one-shot an ADC. But no, not this guy. He has a gank on the way, and he plans on fully capitalizing on the coming of Kayn by dealing with the demons in his life. But this demon just learned HM fly, and thanks to a premature falcon punch he gets Satan slapped and Kayn gets sent running. Anyways, back to Rav's journey toward that hunted stack, as Commander Bugs Bunny is over here being a bit too much of a bitch with his bomb, so I have the bloody bride put him in a bind, and then I force a quick deep throat of the largest banana I can find before sending him with a to-go package of dead bitch bursty boys for the road. This leaves the metrosexual walking Roomba all alone as I engage in a game of hot potato with my support. Winner gets a trophy, or in this case winner turns into one and loser is just this stupid dumbass brand. So 30% of the way toward grand wealth retirement, yet still getting shoved under tower because this little rat is like a miniature Hiroshima simulator on cocaine. But he gets tied up and I put a ring on him with no intention to pop said ring until our wall gives birth to a horny reaper, so we hop in only to immediately get cold feet and head into the bush for a quick cry as Morg sends the little cuck commander back to base. Checking in on the Chippendale, and while Riot may have given him the Chad-like genetics to attract all kinds of sexual partners, I think after seeing him waste his W like that we can all be HIV positive that he will be getting fucked under tower, and sure enough he indeed gets the D. Anyways, if you thought I was useless in the last clip down here, wait until you see this one. Kayn comes in to become the winner of the Whiffers contest as I kind of pace around like I'm waiting to hear Sett's STD test results till it's time to steal the kill, which I fail, and then I keep a respectable distance from the little nibbling Nagasaki launcher until it's safe to finish off my grand contribution with one auto and a tardy Q. And if you are sitting there thinking that I was only winning this lane because Kayn was camping so much you'd think he was gay, I was a big dick single ready to mingle blonde boy toy, and this bot lane was Brokeback Mountain, then you are damn right. Well, kind of, but the important thing to note is that when the bush went full-blown exorcism to summon in Satan himself, I responded with a flash so good you'd think they were fake, and despite having a free lane up top, this Aatrox still fell for the classic hardstuck mentality of, I just wasted my TP, so nothing, like absolutely nothing will stop me from charging head on toward a bad decision like the floating dumbass I am. Then we see the hormonal high school wrestler venture mid to diversify the cast of characters he's giving free cash to, and his first order of business in the new location is to watch Elsa's pet bird get capital K cucked before continuing to pace around looking for the meaning of life, slowly inching closer and closer towards Dipshitsville, and yep, sure enough he accomplishes 0 items on his bucket list before dying. That said, seeing as the team fight was over, I deem it time to roam up and contribute, and that I did by robbing Kayn of a kill with a big ass banana. Shout out to my boys, we were halfway to that fat $100 bill, yo. Then we see the man who just looks like he would smell of sweaty jock junk use his W very effectively to kill an already killed / uncontested Rift Herald. But fast forward a bit to the action, you dumb shit editor, where we see Lucifer positioned to be a loser until his savior Sett carries him away like a Disney princess to a safer place. We still slaughter the Satan, but then shitty Sett gets himself into a fatal game of guess who? To which he says neither, and neither, good sir, is the wrong answer. That said, I'm out here like I know that's fake, oh but get it the fuck away from me, and I guess you killed that majestic madman's identical twin and a few of his toys. It creates one revenge-seeking jester plotting some payback as he comes back ready for Shiv Shank redemption, only to get ice cubed and popped into a cool refreshing bottle of Diet Dead Bitch soda. And I will have you know there was immediately a second round of Fake-O or Shake-O in front of me, and I both lost and won at the same time, which I can't really complain cause I was 3 kills from a payday. Then cosplaying Channing Tatum heads back to his hometown where he is back in his comfort zone, no distractions or anything, so that he can remain focused on getting in an entire slap fest without considering the fact that casting abilities might help his case in this scenario. And I swear the North was so fucked while we were chilling so hard in the South you could have called this game Korea, but enough about that, I had to play KS the Kayn for the 6th time this game. But empathetic Raph finally says, you know what, I can only live my life for so long hearing Sarah McLachlan talking over depressing ass music about Sett's getting abused like a sassy punching bag, so I head up to help. Only for Sett to say, hey Rav, I'd like to introduce you to their most fed player, please shake hands. But the only thing I was shaking was the piss off my post-kill pork sword over that dead devil's corpse, because I was now 1 kill from having 100 self-portraits of George Washington butts to nuts in my wallet, and this little bouncing bomb rat was going to be the one to give it to me.
Got him. Oh, my balls!
Psych, I totally got that bitch like 30 seconds later. And while I may have then immediately gone and died to Chuckles the annoying shitbag right after, it didn't matter because Nemavai is a man of his word and I said no backsies baby, my girl's eating steak tonight, then she's gonna shag me like I look like Sett. Speaking of the devil, when he wasn't top feeding the devil he was mid lane, setting a world record for the first Sett to ever lose such an embarrassing 1v1 to a support who too was feeding. Then our Pokemon Go apps have us all in the river and rowdy over who gets the shiny Charizard, and I am sure all of you in the stands are fully confident in Chad's abilities as he first demonstrates keen intellect by overstaying to kill a clown clone, which leaves him low enough to get suicide bombed by Chester the dead as fuck Jester, and then Jolly Rancher Brand spells interesting idea with a capital INT to finish off the play. But I love these interesting ideas coming out of this purple Wreck-It Ralph's dumbass head because they were doing a sufficient job of offsetting that's a play on words our Sett who was trying to set that's a play on words the death record this game. And you see some players just chase kills and that's why they're hard stuck, but not this Sett. No, he has eyes on the prize objectives overall, obviously by his keen gameplay, and I can't put my finger on what could have possibly pissed this Anivia off, but she had some warriors to deploy onto her keyboard, which prompted the most intelligent sentence of the decade out of our test subject. So while we see him continuing his streak of 0 for Sunday in terms of guessing who the real Slim Shady was, I was there to play shift shittering garbage collector to clean it up. Look out world, a new stone has been turned. Chippendale Charlie is about to start the newest chapter of his life where aerial banging enemy players results in getting more outnumbered than a young Mia Khalifa on a casting couch before one-shotting everyone. But that new chapter will have to start tomorrow. But leave it to the enemy team's designated feeder, Tron Hades, after a golden intermission, to provide this Sett with his first ever kill in League of Legends. Wahoo, shirts off, tequila shots off, Sett's nipples on me, let's go babe. So add one more ice cube banana combo, call it a potassium punch slushy, one more epic fuck up from Rav, one more unprovoked and unneeded death from the man who was born with extra balls instead of a brain, and we somehow did the impossible. We carried a Sett syndrome ridden shit stain. If you want to see the full game with my live commentary, it is live on my Boosted Betty channel, but be warned I was close to ODing on caffeine that day. Rav out.
They ask how I rap like I'm the baby. Your girl in my DMs and she going crazy. She asked to come over, I'm telling her maybe. I'm busy, I'm chasing the check. 150 I spent on my neck, but no really that's nothing compared to my debt. You're looking silly cause you're in your feelings, but really old Ravi's up next. I see you hunting for scraps and you're looking at me like I'm finna be next. I tell you my trigger's a feather, so walk up, I'll gently put one in your chest. Don't fuck with Ravi boy, I'm in your crib with the blappy boy. Talk to me slick and I'm popping your pappy. If happy talk back then I'm taking your Grammy, and boy oh boy I'll make her happy.